Hello everyone, my name's Alexis and welcome to Design Your Life, the 30-day yoga journey, day 23, Power Through Your To-Do List. Today's class is themed around the solar plexus chakra, which is located right below your ribs, and it is the chakra that is basically centered around our ability to get shit done. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do a fast, quick, what one of my teachers loves to call core restore classes. So we're going to do some core and then we're going to restore that core as we go through. So we're going to start right away in tabletop pose. Make sure you're set up as always, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Scoop that belly button back into the spine. Keep that integrity in your core. Really feel it here. Almost, you want to tighten your core almost like someone's about to punch you in the stomach or like you've just coughed. So if you go, huh, that's how your core should feel. Begin to move through cat and cows, keeping that core strong. So that might mean that you don't go as deep into your cat and cow, and that's okay. The focus here is we want to keep that core engagement because we're really going to be working hard to activate it so that when we release, it feels really, really good. So continue with your cat-cows, breathing in to open up across the chest, exhaling out to round through the spine. Make sure you tuck the chin into the chest each time you breathe out. Beautiful. All these moves today are going to be pretty familiar. We've done them in a number of other classes. Plus, we have a fun little exercise added in later on. Beautiful. Finish up your cat-cows. Come back to your nice straight spine. And from here, we're going to move into our sunbird switches. So extend the right leg back behind you and hold. If this feels good, extend the left arm out in front of you. If you can't extend the arms, totally fine. Beautiful. Lower both arm and leg and extend the left leg back. And if you can, extend the right arm forward. And again, you want to keep your hips straight and you want to keep your core engaged. Lower everything down and then switch. Right leg back, left arm forward, lower down, left leg back, right arm forward, lower down. Continue just like that. We've done these a number of times so far. And so you're familiar with the movement. So I really want you to focus on keeping your hips straight, keeping your core engaged. A lot of times when I'm doing core exercises, I like to go, huh, a couple times because that really helps my core react and firm up the way I want it to. Beautiful. Last few right here. You're doing amazing. Keep going. You're almost there. These are one of the most powerful core exercises you can do. Wonderful. Almost there. Keep going. I hope your core is really feeling it. Beautiful. And hold with the right leg back and begin to make little crunches. So you want to pull the right knee into the chest and extend it back. If you have the arm extended, try and meet the elbow to the knee. Nice little crunch here, but as you do this, don't round through your back. Rounding through your back puts too much emphasis on your spine. We really want to make sure we're engaging the core muscles here. So you want to keep your back straight as you do these. Set the right leg down, left arm down, extend the left leg and right arm. And same thing, bring the elbow to knee. And if you don't have your arm off the mat, that's okay. You're trying to pull the knee to your chest. But again, keep your back straight, keep your hips level. You're trying to use almost like you could do a bicep with your core muscle, a bicep curl with your core muscles. You want to use your hip flexor. You want to use your abs to pull the knee towards the chest rather than curving your spine to make space. Beautiful. Let everything rest. Press through the hands, firm yourself back up into your tabletop pose, and then walk your hands forward just a little bit. We're going to come into a plank pose. So you can do high plank like I am. If you have strain on your wrists, you can come down to forearm plank. You can have your knees down, or you can just be in a super active tabletop pose. Wherever you are, you're pushing through the fingers, you're pushing through the palms of the wrists and the thumbs. Your core is still nice and strong, still activated. It's okay if you feel tired. You can take breaks as you need, but try and stick it out if you can. We're going to take rest in just a couple minutes. Keep breathing. If you're shaking, that's okay. That's normal. Beautiful. Come all the way down to your belly on the mat. Wiggle the hips and lift up into Sphinx pose. So bring the elbows underneath the shoulders. Press up through the chest to let the whole front of your torso stretch out a little bit. Relax through your low body. Take a breath. Let your heart rate slow down. So this is how the class is going to be. We're going to do some hard work, and then we're going to go into a more relaxed stretch. So with your arms staying in Sphinx position on your elbows, you're going to curl your toes under and lift yourself up into forearm plank. You want to try and create a very nice long line from the tip of your head to your feet. You don't want your hips pushed up. You really want to make sure that you're letting your hips sort of fall to the mat. And then press yourself up to a full high plank. If you need to put your knees down for that transition, that's totally fine. And hold here. You're doing incredible. Keep breathing and press yourself back to downward facing dog. And this is your first down dog, so move however you need to. Bend the legs, do little twists, stretch through the hips, whatever you got to do to feel good here. And then find some stillness, press through the heels. You're doing amazing. Breathe. All right. Inhale the left leg up to the ceiling. Stretch through the hips and exhale, pull the left knee to chest. Inhale back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to chest. Continue just like that. And just like we did in the sunbird crunches, try to keep your back straight. So you're not rounding your spine. You're not trying to touch the knee to your nose. You're just trying to pull the knee into your chest as much as you can. Beautiful. And then slide that left foot through across you to the right. We're coming into fallen triangle. So you're in basically a side plank with the left hand down on the mat. Your left leg is reaching out in front of you. Beautiful. Come back through to center. And if you would like, you can do a one-legged chaturanga to up dog. You can do a regular chaturanga to up dog. You can go down to the mat through cobra. However you do it, make your way back to downward facing dog. And then widen the knees, lower them to the mat, and sit back into a child's pose. Well done. That was challenging. Those knee to noses from three-legged dog are also they're very similar to our sunbird crunches. They build up so much strength through your hip flexors, through your deep inner abs, not necessarily your six-pack abs, the deeper ones. Beautiful. Press yourself back up into downward facing dog, and we'll repeat the same thing on the other side. Inhale the right leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, pull the knee towards the chest. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to chest. Continue just like that. Three-legged dog on the breath in, and exhaling to pull that knee as close to your chest as you possibly can, but you're not trying to touch the knee to the nose. You're just trying to get the knee close to the chest. And then on your next exhale, slide that that right foot across you to the left, coming into fallen triangle. Really push through the thumb of the right hand to stabilize through the shoulder. Lift the hips up. You don't want them to sag. And then come back through to center. Maybe one-legged chaturanga, maybe regular chaturanga, maybe down to the mat and cobra. But make your way to downward facing dog and then walk the feet up to meet the hands, coming into a forward fold. And relax here. You can bend the knees as much as you need. You can clasp opposite elbows or interlace the fingers at the base of the head to pull and stretch through the neck and the upper back. You can sway side to side, whatever you need here. Feet can be together, as wide as the mat. Make this forward fold very nourishing. You're doing amazing. This class is almost done. We're over halfway through. Now from here, we're going to do a very fun little movement. It's one of my favorites. It's pretty challenging. You're going to lower your bum to the mat, rock and roll back, and then forward to come into boat pose. You'll rock and roll yourself all the way back up to a forward fold, and then repeat. So you'll lower your bum to the mat, rock and roll up into a boat pose, and then rock and roll all the way up to a forward fold. This is challenging. If you need to, use your hands to help stabilize you as you move. And if rocking yourself all the way up to forward fold is too much, just rock and roll back and forth and land in boat pose and try to keep your feet from touching the mat. Wherever you are, whichever one you're doing, keep going. Try and keep your back straight in boat pose every time you land there. Every time you land in forward fold, keep your chin tucked into your chest. You're doing amazing. And roll forward to forward fold. Lower the bum, rock and roll back and up into boat pose. Rock and roll up into forward fold. You're doing amazing. We're just going to do this a couple more times. You're doing great. Keep going. If you need to take breaks, that's totally fine. But try and keep going if you can. Beautiful. Lower the bum, rock and roll, boat pose. Woo! Rock and roll all the way up to forward fold. It is really challenging to not use your hands in these transitions. So if you feel like you can, if you feel like your core can support you there, try not to use your hands as you rock and roll and push yourself up into forward fold. Beautiful. Land in your forward fold, rock and roll back into boat pose, up into forward fold. You're almost there. You're almost there. Beautiful. This is the last one. Rock and roll back and up into boat pose. Breathe and hold your boat pose. Try to keep your spine nice and long. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. If you feel like your spine is not straight, hold your hands under your thighs to really lengthen through the spine. And then roll yourself all the way back down to the mat. Hug the knees into the chest. Well done. That's a really challenging move. It's one of my favorites because it works the core and gets the heart rate up. From here, we're going to come into bicycles, which is pretty straightforward. You want to lift the front, the shoulders off the mat, and you're just trying to get opposite elbow to reach opposite knee. If that is too challenging, if you can't quite get your shoulders off the mat, just let your head rest on the mat, arms by your sides, and pull the knees into the chest one at a time. If you haven't started, go ahead and begin. We're going to be doing a number of these. Bicycles work your obliques, which are the muscles that help you rotate and twist side to side. So every twist that we do in yoga, in strength training, and whatever you do is operated by your obliques. And bicycles really strengthen your obliques. They help stabilize us. Beautiful. Relax. You're done. Hug the knees into the chest. You're doing amazing. From here, we're just going to come into a very gentle twist. So let your feet come to the mat. Pop the hips to the left and lower the knees to the right. Arms can be wherever is comfortable. Beautiful. Knees come back through to center. This time pop the hips over to the right and lower the knees to the left. And just breathe. Let your core relax. No more engagement here. Try and let the belly poof out a little bit by how much you are relaxing it. And then bring the knees back to center and just flip yourself onto your belly. Roll all the way over onto your belly. We're going to come into Sphinx pose. Elbows under shoulders. Really push the hips into the mat. That will help you lift up more through your sternum so you can get a deeper stretch in the front of your body. Beautiful. Lower yourself down. We're just going to do one last cobra pose. So bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Push your torso up to get a nice big stretch through the whole front of the body. And then sit yourself back into child's pose. Breathe. And you're done. I hope you feel really good. I hope that was a powerful class that made you feel motivated. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. We've got 7 more days of this Design Your Life yoga journey, and I can't wait to share them with you. Until tomorrow, have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye for now.